Welcome, Royal Family. You tuned into Healing Queens, the podcast, where the focus is motivation, support, and guidance for the growth of our queens and kings. I'm Emma E2K, your certified healing life coach. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is a great episode. So, the month of June is Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. So, we're going to get into it. But before that, let me thank our sponsors. Our June sponsors are Healing Queenz Inc., E2K Worldwide Services LLC, dbboutique.com, Scar City Music Group, soberlife.com, and As She Speaks Coaching. Thank you to all our sponsors. We definitely appreciate them. If you want to become a sponsor, make sure you email us at healingqueens@gmail.com. That's healingqueens with a Z at gmail.com, and we can send you our rate sheet. Um, as everybody knows that do follow, and for the new ones, we are a nonprofit organization, Healing Queenz Inc. We do life with women and men before, during, and after crisis. So we offer a lot of resources, but we do a lot of outreaches, and we offer this podcast. So thank you to those that are first timers. Make sure you subscribe, like, share, do all what you do. So let's get into it. Men's Mental Health Awareness Month. And I wanted to read something that I was searching for before we get into inviting my guests. You guys like, that I like to give you a little, not just, talk about it, but give you just a little in depth on things. So, June is Men's Health Awareness Month. So be mindful of your mental health. June is National Men's Health Month, the perfect time to be aware and open about a subject that many guys would rather not talk about. Yet that's precisely why there's a silent epidemic in this country, and it's probably impacting your family, co-workers, teachers, community members, or friends. We're talking about men's mental health. So without no further ado, because I am not a man, so I need to bring one of the kings so he could speak on that behalf. Without no further ado, Mr. D. Tunes, Derek, welcome. Welcome to Healing Queens.
There we go. That's it. That's it. Make sure we come with excitement for
Okay,
to be here.
okay.
You know
Welcome.
what I'm saying? Pleasure to be here. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you having me. And I appreciate what you're doing as well. I mean, that's commendable as well. So thank
Thank
you.
Thank you for accepting the invite. Most of the podcasts are about I have a conversation with somebody, and then I'm like, oh, that makes a podcast, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking about mental health, I love to, of course, empower and encourage our men to heal. It's very important. Still in 2025, it's like a taboo when you tell, when a man is going through something and they're like, oh, I need to see a therapist or whatever. We have the tendency to kind of mock it or be like, what do you need a therapist for? You're a man,
Mhm.
and I think we need to start breaking that down. I think that we need to make it as normal as possible because I'm encouraging the queens to heal. How are we not encouraging the kings? I mean, it's an unbalance, right? If the men are not healing, but the women are all healed, it's an unbalance. So we're trying to make, a balance. How do you go about taking care of your mental health? Not only in the month, okay, yes, it's June and we're talking about it, but how do you do that in general? How do you take care of your mental health? Do you have any tools? Do you read books? Do you have mentors? Like, what is it that you do that when life starts lifing, what do you do to, to hold on to your mental health, or do you do anything about it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a very, very hard point. I'm gonna tell you that one. And the reason I say that is because it's the pride.
Mm,
And I can talk to you honestly about that because I'm a man, and I'm telling you, when anything comes our way, and Some may agree, disagree. I'm not really sure, but I'm keeping it real. It's a prideful situation. You know what I mean? For someone to check me, if I could use that word, and say, hey man, you got something you got to deal with, or for me to check myself, it's for me to be mature enough to say, hey, you know what? I've got an issue. I've
Mm,
got a problem with this. The way I'm handling it is not correct. So at that point, right now, what I utilize is music. I love making music. So a lot of time, I pour my heart into that. It's if I ever kind of feel some kind of way, I just kind of speak about it and be creative in that manner. Or maybe even writing books about it, just to kind of like encourage other people.
mhm,
I think what happens to me at that point is it kind of holds me to a higher standard,
mm,
because I realize that I can't do this and be hypocritical.
mm. Come on.
So like when like real hits real, then it's like, okay, now I have to check myself.
Mm,
And if I don't go and check myself and then deal with these issues that I may be having, then I'm just being hypocritical. And if I pay attention to what's going on around us in the world, that's not something that's good at all.
right.
It's gonna bite me really hard at the end of the day. And when I'm in somebody's reel because I done messed up. You know, so yeah, it's
And it's an effect on the family. Your family
absolutely
feel it, your community feel it. As people approach you and talk to you, if you're not dealing with your stuff, it's gonna come out one way or another, right? And
yeah.
never in a positive way.
Never
Never.
that. Not in the trend of like where it doesn't matter if you're trying to be famous or not. What happens is you're getting exposure, right? And a lot of times, if you pay attention to these reels and the things that are viral, this is content that's negative. It's content that's like, oh my, shame on you. Look at this guy. He's out here preaching and talking about this, and look at what he's doing. I'm telling you, that stuff will go viral in an instant,
Right.
quickly. And it's something like that. It's dealing with moments of that's so detrimental to everything that we are as men. Like, that'll tear me up for a lifetime. I'll never forget it. I can't come back from that, because here the whole world, or even my community, is looking at me like I'm some kind of, something on the road, because I done did this, but I'm a liar now. I'm a hypocritical. Like, it's just so much things that'll cause me even more damage
Hmm.
than for me to finally say, you know what, I need to handle this situation. And a lot of times when I do that as a man, a lot of times I can fix those issues right away, because I admitted to it. I put my pride aside. I was vulnerable, and I had the people that were with me to be able to be vulnerable with. That's
Right.
the yeah.
I think so. I think that's you hit that. I think that's a big key component about having the right people around you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, I think both men and women, I think we go through this. If we're not in a a comfortable or safe setting with the people that are around us, whether it be family, friends, church family, if we don't feel safe and comfortable, we're not really going to be vulnerable. We're not going to admit to things, even if we want to or not, right?
Right.
How do you as a man find that community or that safe space where you could be like, you know what? It don't even matter. I'm just going to let it all loose and it's okay.
Mm-mm. My, what a great question. That's wow. What a great question. Because I tell you right now, it's hard to find.
Mm,
And I personally, I don't speak negative on anything, but it is hard to find some good, solid people. Now, when you go to church and all of that, yes, you are surrounded by some really solid ground people, but we have to understand that soon as they walk out of that church door, they got a life. They got things to do. They
right.
got bills. They gotta go work. They got a family to take care of. How many who really has the time to really sit there and go, I'm gonna walk with you, I'm gonna talk with you, I'm gonna be here for you. And that really is the the downfall of a lot of relationships nowadays because a lot of us have trauma too.
Right.
A lot of us do because we could say, "Man, I've had so many friends, and then they did me wrong, and now they don't even talk to me no more." But it is a lot of that comes our way, and it's really sad. But at the end of the day, that's where like wanting to be closer to God, it makes more sense than anything else because
Mm.
if I could really find someone that I know won't betray me, that won't do me wrong, I
Hmm.
just got to get closer to God. And then the thing is that we think that He doesn't speak to us, but He does. And it's just like it helps me form that wanting to be closer to Him relationship even more. But then again, I have to understand that the flesh still needs some backup, you
Right.
know?
Right. Right.
Oh, then there's those groups, there's those things that people put on, and it's a time when we can go, we can hang out as men and da 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 da. But the thing is like what real people won't tell you is that it's just a moment.
Come on.
It's not enough.
Oof.
And it's a very hard conversation because it's
Right.
not enough. But then they'll be like, "But it's not enough. Then what else do you need? What do you want?" No, what I want is at least one good friend, and that's where you come in with the family and you go, "Okay, hey, I got a wife. So at the end of the day, she hold me down, But what about the people that don't have a wife? Who's
Mm.
gonna who's gonna
Right.
be there to have their back?
Right.
So
Right.
yeah,
So what do we tell if anybody's listening and fits that category? What do we tell them? What do we tell them that they should do or try? Give them something that they can hold on to if they're
yeah,
watching this right now and
yeah,
they're like, well, I don't have a wife and I'm going through this and I don't have no friends, so what am I supposed to do?
right. Yeah, I would really create things that you can do. A lot of times when it comes to us, when you deal with the flesh, we have to kind of be smarter than our skin at times. So a lot of times when we understand when I'm breaking it down a little bit more is that when I'm tired, I'm tired, right? So I'm going to bed.
Mm.
So the thing is that when you're stressed out and you're going through all of this and your mind is running all over the place, I'm not saying to distract yourself to where you forgot about it, but get into a place to where you can find peace, something that you can do that'll like relax you a little bit. I don't know, some people may play video games, some people may listen to music, some people may go on a run, some people may go fishing. I don't know what people do necessarily, but I'm just saying that if we become active and we stay active,
Mm.
and that helps us get through it while we're trying to figure it out. But it puts us in that relaxing moment to where we can just like, relax or to say calm down to where we can analyze what we're going to think about it, really allow that moment to kick in. And I believe when we're at that moment, then we allow our spirit to really like receive the Lord, and like hear him and listen. And then the God can start pointing out things. But when we're so confused and overwhelmed with all these frustration and thoughts,
Mhm.
it's hard to be like, yeah, I heard God tell me. It's hard because there's so much confusion going on you, to
Right.
where the first thing that I can ever tell anybody outside of, man, go to therapy. Listen, no, then you'll start, the flesh will kick in again, the pride and all that. No, just find a time and a way to just relax. If we can teach people that, I would tell any man out there to just find a moment. Find anything that you can do to just relax, you know?
Like
Yeah.
get so when you say relax, like read
Hmm.
a book, tap into their skills, right? Whatever skills that they may be, because they may be good at writing, they may
Yeah.
be good at playing basketball, whatever that is.
Right.
Journaling. What do you say about journaling? Hey, we got a journal here, Healing King's Journal. What do you think about men journaling?
Ooh, man, that's another one again. You see, and I'm keeping it honest with you. That's another one again where if I'm consistently a man, my motion is always trying to uphold. I don't need a journal. What I look like writing that down.
Mm.
It's like that attitude is what kicks in all the time. Like, nah, that's for
Is
women.
that the pride? Is that the
Oh
pride?
yeah, all day long. And I tell you, I keep it real with you. I'm like, that's for women. That's not for me. I'm not doing that. What I look like writing that down. I don't need to write anything down. I'm gonna handle my business myself. I'm gonna make this money, feed the family. I'll see you later. That would be the response to you. Is like,
Right.
that
Right.
ain't for
And it
me.
has been. No, no. I ask you because it has been that
Mhm.
response when it comes to that. Like, journaling. I've even told some of my male friends, like,
Mhm.
they're stressed, and I'm like, listen, breathe. And they're like, well, what do you think I've been doing? If I wasn't breathing, I'd be dying.
There you go. There you go. Right there.
I'm like, I mean, really, being in tune with your breath. That means really being in tune with you. If you're all over the place, if you're stressed out, if you just, trying to find the next situation or whatever, and you don't give yourself time to think and really process, a
Hmm.
lot of people in jail now are upset because they should have, if they said, if I would have waited those 5 minutes and really thought about what I was doing, I
Yeah.
won't be doing this bid, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of people, a lot of men are come to regret certain decisions because
Mhm.
they didn't take that 5 minute, 2 minute.
Yeah.
Uh, let me just breathe for 10. Let me just do a count of 10
Yeah.
before I even say anything back or
That's it.
react, in,
Hmm.
in that manner. So
True.
I
Hmm.
think between what you just said, breathing and understanding there's consequences, right? There's consequences to everything we do. When we say something out our mouths, right? Because our, our mouths and what comes out of it is very powerful, right? It's very powerful. Not only powerful to hurt and to attack, but it's powerful to put it out there when
Correct.
when you're um you know when your thoughts are coming out of your mouth and you're, transparent, that there's times you can't take that back. There's a
Right.
lot of times that people have said stuff to me and I would rather they have punched me in the face.
Mm.
I
Right.
would rather. I would rather you have slapped me
Yeah, yeah, because it's cruel.
than say,
Uh,
certain words that cut deeper and we hold on to that more and it becomes like, scars. And
yeah.
I think with the men, us women are more emotional. Yes. The men, they want to do that whole, well, oh, oh,
Yeah.
oh, the whole
Yeah,
pride thing and all that.
that part.
Um,
Hmm.
and if they really, and I'm not saying don't be the man that you are. I mean, hello, yes, be the
Yeah.
man that you are all the time, but that doesn't mean you have to be cruel about it. You can still be kind,
Right.
still have kind words, and still be that man that people will respect and look at. You don't have to be nasty in everything that you say, but if that's how you're feeling inside, and you
Mhm.
don't stop for a moment, and it's gonna gush out. People gonna see it. People
Yep.
gonna feel it.
That's correct.
So
That's correct.
so tools. Let's give these men some tools. What do we say for them to do? I mean, because all day long you can't be with your chest puffed out, right?
Wow.
So
Yeah.
those
Mhm.
that believe in God, okay,
Yeah.
then
Yeah.
pray and get closer and have a closer relationship. What about those that don't though? What about the ones that are tired of praying?
Wow. Like it's such a difficult question in a sense because we become hard headed in a lot of that atmosphere. It's like, wow, go to church, go do that, go do that. It's like in our heads it becomes like that's just a typical answer.
Mm,
You're telling me to pray, you're gonna tell me to go to church, you're gonna tell me to go get a therapist. Keeping it real with you, like this is the conversation. Like you're gonna tell me to go do that. Yeah, that's not what I need. What honestly is a situation to where we have to really put ourselves in positive places. Like a tool that can fit that category. maybe listening to the right music.
Mm.
You know, a
That,
tool may be, yeah,
that does work now.
it does. It really does,
That
man.
does work now because, when I used to listen to the music of the world,
Mm-hmm.
and then when I started switching, right, I
Yeah,
I almost felt like, oh, but I'm missing something, right? And
yeah,
then when I started hearing the right artists, I was like, what was it that I was missing in reality? The B word and the F word. I mean, because
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like, because I still can get that hip hop feel. I'm from the Bronx, so I
I, yeah, yeah, yeah. You know that.
get
New
my
York. What
rhythm,
up?
but I still could glorify at the same time, and so so switching what we listen to, switching what we see, right?
That part right there.
What we see, what we listen to, the people that we are listening to, because there's people that give us advice, and then not necessarily are they living the correct way for you to be giving me advice about,
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And
right?
I love that because, if I really can think about it even deeper, the spirit can tell me that as a man, right? If you take a look at yourself, you're like a light bulb, you know? Think about that for a second. Let's go on a real good thought with this as a man. If you look at yourself, you're a light bulb. A lot of the times in any type of situation that's dark, who they gonna call? They
Mm,
gonna call the man. You
mm,
keep your home, you keeping your family safe, something going on at the door, who gonna go to the door? You are. Because you're the man. Because in that darkness, it doesn't really matter. You're not scared of anything. You don't worry about nothing running around and it doesn't scare you. The darkness don't scare you because I'm telling you, you don't, because you're not worried about what's at the door even at nighttime, because I'm here to protect myself. And the reason why that goes away and the whole, the man, this is my house, don't play with me. The reason why that can come in is because you're a light and a light bulb in a sense, you know what I'm saying? And the reason why I use that as a to relate to is so that people can see it.
mm,
Like if you're sitting there and you're a light bulb, you have to understand that you got to plug yourself into the right thing,
mm.
the right outlets. You know what I mean? You have to plug yourself in to those places that are going to give you the energy that you need to continue to be that good light bulb. Because I'm telling you, you're not going to wake up and then do something crazy to react to protect your family. No, your mindset is already like, I will do whatever. I don't care if I don't make it out of this. My family is going to be safe,
Mm.
and that alone is an understanding of like, wow, you are a light bulb. And just being so obedient with that is like, okay, I know that in order for me to continue to do this, I got to do it the right way, so
I like that.
yeah,
For you to continue to be light, you have to be charged.
yeah, that part.
You have to be
I
charged.
like that.
And a light bulb is still as gentle because if a light bulb falls, it could
Oh, it
crack.
breaks easy. Yep. Come on, man.
Wow.
Oh, we about to preach up in here, man.
Wow.
Hold on. Church on Sunday, right?
Wow. Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
So
it's break.
although the man is the tough, right? Is the head,
Break
is the
easy.
leader and all that, he's
Mhm.
still fragile.
Oh my! I'm telling you, fragile. I'm telling you because I've seen,
Mm,
some of the buds and people that get locked up and all of that. Man, they crying, they hard, they hurt. They're sad. They can't stand the fact that they made that mistake. And then that's the thing. You're a light bulb, but the thing is that when you're in use and of good use, and you're doing what you're supposed to do, man, you bring light to the situation, and people come to you. You know what I
yes.
mean? You create an environment in your home
Oh
where
my goodness.
mommy was scared, kids are scared, but you turn on that light, which is you, and people are okay. They're like, man,
Wow.
thank you.
I
But
love
that's the thing. The best tool is really recognizing, if men can look at themselves in the mirror and recognize how important they are
it.
without having to hear that all the time.
Mm,
and be okay. And a lot of these mental and all these like situations that we dive into, we can reassure ourselves before we get too deep into it and be like, you know what? I'm important.
mm.
Okay, I got
Yes.
this. They need me.
Yes.
I'm telling you, wife,
Absolutely.
you don't got to tell you all the time that you're important and she appreciates you. Just the fact that she's smiling and she can go to bed and not worry about the house because she know that you check the doors and you check the windows. She know that. She don't got to check on that. She just knows that you do that because naturally that's what the man does.
Does. Oh
That's it.
man.
Yeah,
Amazing. Thank you for that.
absolutely, no problem.
Thank you for dropping the jewels. I pray that whoever is listening to this and receives it the way that, the spirit just put it out there for you. I mean, I'm
Telling
dropping the mic on this one.
you.
That's it. There's nothing
But
else to
that
say.
spirit be moving, man.
But
Telling
continue to take care of your health.
you. Absolutely.
We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you
Appreciate
for just coming in and chiming in with me and tapping into this conversation. Where can people find you if they would like to follow you or
it.
support your music and support your book?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That's amazing, man. God is so good, and like I said, it took a long time, but through it all, like I said, it was just me remembering that I can be that light for people, And people do follow. They listen. They're encouraged by you because it's just something that's powerful when a king can come through and be like, "Hey, you got this. Go and do that."
Mm,
There's something it's amazing to that. Even like you had Father's Day. Why are some people so down because they didn't have one?
mm,
Because I know for me in my life, I would have had a different lifestyle if I had a dad that really was like, son, I'm proud of you.
mm,
You can go and do that. Wow, yeah, I had my mom that did that, but I always knew that it was gonna come different when a
right.
man can look a boy in the face and tell him that.
Mm.
Because I know like, I'm gonna be a man too one day. And I was like, all right, I got it, dad. Thank you.
You
But
get
yeah,
to do that for your son.
that's it. Right. Now you just got to pass it forward and do that. But I understand how important that is because once again, here you are, being that light to people. And, if you ever go deeper into it, it's hard for any woman to really raise a man.
Right. That is correct.
But yeah,
That's
but
correct. Even like on Father's Day, I have friends that, I know they mean, their heart is not to be mean about it, but
mhm,
they'll be like, Happy Father's Day. And I turn around and say, I'm not a father.
yeah,
I'm not a
yeah,
father. Even though I'm a single woman raising children, I'm still not a father. I can
right.
never do what a man does or will do for children.
That's true.
I'm not, I could be
I
the
tell
best
you.
mother possible.
Yep.
I will be
Yep.
the best mother possible, but I can never
Yeah.
be a father. So
Right about that.
I kind of get people like, well, you know what I mean? I say, yeah, but I'm not, yeah, I can't allow you to do that because,
Yeah.
right? If
Yeah, it's
when you
true.
know
I
better,
tell
you
you,
do better. When you know
it's
better, you do
true.
better. So I know better and I
Hmm.
got to do better. And I cannot be like, oh, thank you. I'm not a father. I'm not a man.
It's true. You're
So,
right about that because I've had situations where literally my voice, I don't even got to yell, just my voice alone would change my son's behavior, just like that.
mhm.
Hey, don't make me cut. Oh, yes,
Yeah.
Dad, I'm sorry. Like, what? I didn't even yell at trying to do nothing. I just said, stop that. And it
Yeah,
was,
and us as
stop.
moms, we'd be like, we were just screaming at you and you didn't stop. Your father just went, and you
Right, right. Wife be over there yelling. I just come in, please stop. And it's done. It's gone. Just like that. Easy. But I didn't mean to go off the question you asked me,
yeah, no,
but
no, it's all good. It's all
just
good.
yeah, it just hit me because it was just such a reminder of once again. Remember when I told people to display those wins and just understand those things? It's like, man, there's so many pros to doing right and so many cons to doing wrong.
I like
It,
that.
it's wild. It's wild, man. I can just do one right thing, and another way to put that. Think about posting and being on social media. One great high quality post is better than all the madness that you would post because you got to post every day.
Mm.
But one good post and that one's taken off, and you done posted 500 other posts that didn't make no sense. You know, it's a waste of your time. You
Right.
know,
Right.
even social media algorithms, AI, all they all understand that mentality. So if they all understand that mentality, then we as men need to understand that too, and have them and understand that mentality and be like, wow,
That's good.
one good thing,
That's
high
good.
quality
That's good.
is better than any other bad thing that I do in this world, because I'm telling you, those bad things that I do, they'll list it for days. Wife will be like, "Hey, remember that time we X Y Z?"
I
She
told you
like,
to throw out the garbage like 5 times, right?
right?
I
Yeah,
said,
remember that? Yeah. Hey, remember when we was at that store and you did X Y? Was like, wow, that's old. Why you do? Yeah, but that was the time. Okay, all right. I'm
but you don't
sorry.
say nothing when I killed that cockroach for you, right?
Yeah, right. They don't tell you none of that. Who went to the door when somebody? No, yeah, that don't mean nothing. I'm talking about the bad parts, but I got it. But yeah, no, I appreciate you. But yeah, listen, it's at MRDTUNES, Mr. D Tones. That's on all social media. And MRDtunes.com, MrDtunes.com. Everything is consistent. You
Good.
know, when I put that into play, once I was telling you about high quality, I made sure that that name was available all over, because
Please make
when I
sure.
was, yep,
Please make sure to follow him. He's got so much, and his testimony. This I could have went into his testimony, but that's for another time. This
right,
was about something else, but his story and his testimony alone, if you knew, you would be bugging right now. Like, just the things that he's saying, he's speaking out of wisdom. So just please follow him, support him. He is. We attend the same church, Crossover Church. Shout out to Crossover Church family. You know, and we like to and love to support each other. Here, Healing Queens, it's about encouraging people to heal. So right now, with the help of Derek, he is helping me talk to you guys, man. Talk to you kings, encourage you guys. Go get some help wherever you need to get it. Whether it be a therapist, whether you find tools or something to do, whether you tap into your breathing, whatever you do, idle time is no good for nobody. Just doing nothing, it's never good. The devil's always sitting and lurking, just waiting for that time where he can open the door and then
no,
you'll be in all full regrets. We don't want that for you.
yeah, yeah, absolutely. And I tell them this one last thing is that you think this is easy? Somebody asking you these kind of questions and being able to like articulate how we feel and whatever. No, this is me being vulnerable.
Mm.
This is.
And
And
we
if I didn't
did
put
it.
my
And it
pride
takes a
aside,
man. It takes a man. And I'm speaking as a queen. It takes a real man. It takes a real king to be vulnerable and say, hey, look, this is what's going on. This is what it is.
yeah.
That's that.
Right. And you're not going to tell them all the wrong things or, try to be right all the time. No, listen, man. I cry too. I'm sad too. I got anger too sometimes. I get mad too. I can yell too. We can do it all,
Right.
right? But it's just like you said, it's just understanding that we all need somebody. And hey, if you need to replay this a million times, if you had to,
Yes.
and you can hear another man that didn't even know you tell you like, "Hey, you ain't have somebody tell you that they proud of you." Well, I'm proud of you. Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
We
proud
love
of you.
you, kings.
Exactly,
We
man.
need you, kings.
Oh man, and they need us, and we need you, and I believe in you. And whatever else you think you got in mind to do, go and do it and get it done. And remember, you're fragile, but you're the most important piece a lot of
Yes.
times.
You're the head. You're the leader. So step into your role. Yeah.
Absolutely. Kings. That's what kings do, huh?
Yes. Salute. Well, thank
Yeah.
you.
Oh yeah, but hey, listen, Healing Queens.
Yes.
Appreciate you, but I'm gonna tell you this. When you brought up my testimony, I promise you this case, we didn't need to talk about that at all.
You
You
know
know
what I'm
why?
saying?
Because when they go and find out about the testimony,
Hmm.
they really understand. why mental health would be a case you'd be talking to me about. Because mentally, I shouldn't be sound at all.
Hmm.
That's a mic drop, and that's
That's my.
bars from D Tunes. And if you don't know that, you can replay this and you can hear that again. Like I said, if
All
you
right, guys.
testimony,
So yes, D-Tune, thank you for joining Healing Queens, the podcast. We appreciate all the nuggets that you dropped. We appreciate you talking strictly to the men, to the kings. I think they need to hear that, not only from us women and us queens, but from another king, right?
absolutely, absolutely, it's my pleasure. And once again, like I said, I commend you for everything that you're doing because just like to me and to every other king out there, the queens are important. You know, yeah, they're important as well. So we need them. And
Yes.
so I
And we
appreciate you doing that.
and we need the kings. So
Hmm.
can't be we need balance. We cannot encourage women to heal, but the men are not healing, right? So
Yeah.
for you men that are thinking like, well, that's for my wife to do, for my girlfriend to do, for my daughter to do. So once she's healed and she's restored, then you don't think that you need to take responsibility for your end, or if it's not for yourself, can you do it to help her? Can you do it to help your children, your family, your community? If it's not for you, can you do it for others? So you can be able to help someone else aside from you, right? You being the leader, you being the top, right? Because it's man and woman and children underneath, right? That's how the art that's how it goes. The chain of commands, right?
Yeah.
um, if when we're looking at our leader, we need our leader to be strong, to be healthy, to be well, right? So we can't follow someone that's not well, that's not healthy, that's not sturdy, that's not admitting to the things that they've done, but yet we still see them that, okay, they're wrong, but they still looking for correction, looking to better themselves, looking to improve themselves, because it's not only for them, but it that will trickle to your family, that trickles to the people that you want to follow you. So right, so
Yeah.
last
That's
last words you want to leave.
yeah. Like you said, man, you gotta be a good leader, and you're the king and you lead the house, you lead the palace if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. But
The queendom, you the
you
king and all that, but this is the queendom.
Come on now, there you go. But now, I always shout out to every single person out there. Everybody that is in the building that's watching. That supports you for what you're doing, and it's very commendable. That you took a turn and you said, "Hey, I want to talk to these kings too,"
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, when I receive it, it's more of a like a call out from the wife saying, "Hey, listen, I'm helping myself, but." I also need you to, help yourself as well because that's important to me. And I received that. The message is fully received, and you're
yeah,
right about that. So yeah,
yeah. It takes two. We all got to do the work.
absolutely got to be equal. Got to work together. Got to come together so everything will grow.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you. You continue to be the amazing person that I see before me. I salute you as a father, as a man, as a son,
Mhm.
um, as a husband, as everything that you stand on. I commend you for that. I'm not saying that it's easy at all wearing all those hats, but I am commending you for standing strong and still, stepping up to it. A lot of people run, a lot of men run. Oh, the daddy thing is hard. Oh, being a husband is hard. Let me, get out of here, whatever. And nothing is easy. No relationship is easy. Not even with the kids are easy. Um, but I
Uh,
think that's what makes us the warriors that we are. That we stand there and we're going to fight no matter what.
yeah,
Make that happen no matter what. I'm
yeah,
going to hold that family down no matter what.
absolutely. All or nothing. All or nothing. Right about that one. And I appreciate that. Thank you so much. and I look forward to what God is gonna continue to bring, so that
Yes.
just like how you're doing what you're doing, that I can also help out and do His work and reach a bunch of people,
Yes.
and they can receive that too and be encouraged, and head down
It's
the right path.
important. Community is important, right? That's our word for this year. It's
Mhm.
community. So whether we say, nah, I'm good, we need it. So
Mhm. Yes, we do.
we need
Yes,
it.
we do. And I need it too, and I receive it. So,
Amen. So thank you so much again. Thank you everybody for tuning in. We appreciate you. This is episode, I didn't say in the beginning, but this is episode 92, y'all.
woo! Wow.
This is
My,
episode
my.
92, right? This is
Woo.
what consistency looks like. This is what dedication looks like.
Wow.
This podcast is due to the Healing Queens Inc. So Healing Queens Inc. We do life with women before, during, and after crisis. We have a healing closet. The healing closet is things that we collect when people don't want them anymore, from plants to anything in the household. It could be monetary. So when someone sends us an email, hey, Healing Queens, I'm in the need of whatever it is that is, we'll look in our closet to see if it's there. If it hasn't been donated to us, then we take the money that's been donated and we purchase it, and we make sure that they are blessed and that they receive it. So that's one of the many things that we do. Please visit us at www.healingqueens.org, healing queens with a Z.org, and be about it. A lot of people talk about it, but if anything has told me living in the Bronx for 40 years, that you got to be about it. So walk your
Yeah.
walk and talk your talk.
So
And remain that light in the room. When you walk in that room, be the bold, right?
that's it. That's
Be
it.
that light,
Come
right?
on. Be that light.
Be that light, because it's too dark out here. We need to be that light.
Right. Come on now. Amen to that one.
Okay?
Hey, and like you said, you know what? Guys, you're tuned in to Healing Queens. And it can't be any better than this. Is get it for real and
Okay.
keep it real at all times.
Thank
Healing
you
Queens
guys.
Inc.org with a
And
Z.
until next time.
Peace.